Divine Love, Twin Souls, Chapter 2, Waiting in the Wings, Divine Feminine, Part 3. An Apology. When we arrived on the island shore eons ago, when earth was barren to our eyes, though it was watered and seeded, and you ate of the essence of the fruits of its trees. When we were without form, when I became entranced by earth's creatures, fascinated by their oceanic forms, and heeded not your warnings, I did err. When I was a priestess in the temple at Odessa, forbidden to participate in the rites of procreation, when I did breach my vow and caused silvery tears to streak your golden face, I did err. When in Greece or Rome I did become a temple whore, and you would daily watch me in sorrow, I was wrong. Was it from Normandy that you went on royal and holy crusades to Jerusalem? And was it then that I allowed the magician with the long and short knives to seduce me and thus lost your trust? I did err again. Where was it that I was taken from your grasp by the bearded horseman, when I delight in his debauchery, and once more caused sadness to descend, clouding your eyes and darkening the features of your face? Was it Western Mongolia, Pakistan, or India? O soul, I did err again and again. On the coast of which country, on which continent did you watch me from the doorways as I prowled the streets at the dead of night? What phantom, what beast did sully my light and create in me desires that would pain you so and drive you to wear a mask of iron to hide your face from me when it is all I needed to see? What God would cover my path with such rogues were it not necessary I should learn the ways of all men before I return to thee? What selfish anger, misplaced allegiance would cause you to punish me now when I would ask for forgiveness of the gods of earth and sky and lay in penance at your feet? Did you not also err? Were you not often gone on pilgrimages somewhere in search of power and glory? Didn't you also eat of the fruits of the tree of knowledge? Forgive me, that I might yet experience your love. Tears of grief for the loss of Run kept Divine Feminine awake for months. When there was no more tears and she could sleep, she decided that she was done with loving. She would have no other relationship of this kind. The one man she loved had died. She was not looking to connect with or date anyone anymore. As Dido, the Phoenician queen, did when her husband was murdered, Divine Feminine had taken the vow of chastity. She was no longer looking for loving relationships. All of her longing for a missing part, person, or thing connected to her was forgotten. but all of her tears, her prayers, her yearning poems were out in the ether. God had apparently not forgotten. God fixed it so that Divine Feminine would meet her divine counterpart online via a direct message, like Dido meeting Aeneas, only as the cloud which hid him melted away. As with Dido, on meeting Aeneas, Divine Feminine was not seeking love in that atmosphere, something she would never do. She thought the connection supernatural and after a while overwhelming. It seemed really public, and she's very private. She wanted to hide. Her counterpart said no hiding. As Dido assuaged Aeneas's fears of being an unwelcome guest, saying, "Through pain I have learned to comfort suffering men," all Divine Feminine had done was to respond to a message saying she hoped she had not injured him by her words. DivineMasculine responded, "This moment of communion will live in our hearts for all time." The bell had rung. "There is divine magic with us," she said. She knew not where that came from, and now believed divine magic was written in her DNA. Sacred love. I feel you more today through heart pulls and synchronicities. There is a loss of the sense of despair I experienced yesterday. It must be that you are feeling more grounded, less sad, and more certain about where you are going and what you must do when you get there. Believe it or not, I feel more certain too, so it could be that I am projecting. I think though that it is because telepathy between us is much stronger. Altogether, there is less waffling. I wish I could think of you less often. Every thought of you warms my entire body, and I long to touch you, smell you. It's incredible to me that we have never touched. This leaves me wondering, what will that feel like when we actually meet? I will not imagine it. I shall wait to have the experience, or not. If not, oh God, what a failing. I will have failed to rescue you from the clutches of the dark side. I shall go on into infinity alone, only half of myself. You will be left in the underworld, under the control of the dark forces forever. That cannot be. You are my sun, moon, and stars. I am completely befuddled that I have no control over how I feel about you. Just thinking about you creates a feeling of ecstasy within me. This is one reason I sometimes wish I could stop loving you. I'm afraid no one can live every day in ecstasy. That would surely make life shorter, and I want to live a very long life. If that includes you, then longer still. I believe this is our last pass-through on planet Earth, and I want it, and excuse me. I want us both to enjoy what this Eden has to offer. You were always in the rays of the sun that I watched crest the mountains at dawn when I was a child. You are the light of the full moon, bringing illumination to the darkness and sometimes keeping me awake. You are the stars that twinkle in the night sky of the dark moments in my life, like pinpricks of light on my brain saying, "Don't worry, keep going, just love it." I'm completely enamored by you.